the hardcourt, let's head to the pitch. The Philippine Azkals making strides as they chase a spot in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Joining us tonight to go all out on this story are Azkals head coach Hans-Michael Weiss and Christian Rontini. Coach Michael is joining us live via Zoom from Alabang, while Christian is also joining us via Zoom, but from Bali, Indonesia. Good evening to both. Coach Michael, guten Abend, danke for joining the show again. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks very much for inviting us, giving us the chance to speak about the Azkals.
And Christian, Italian, grazie mille. Buonasera.
Buonasera, good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for inviting us. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Thank you for being on the show for the first time, Christian. Coach, congratulations on that big win Tuesday against Afghanistan in a friendly match. Talk to us about the heart and the character that the team displayed in that match, because you guys managed to turn things around and eventually walk away with the win.
Absolutely. Since I came in June, it was one of my biggest targets to have the team not relying too much on passing football. And I think in the past, when I had calling the shots, we were always relying on a good team spirit, on a good fighting spirit, and on the mix between technically nice play and fighting spirit with the heart. And I don't want to say it's been lost a little bit in the last few years, but the feedback that I get from all of the players and the staff and the president and the Dampalami, the team manager, is that things have changed already in a short period of time, and then I'm very happy about that. And we get results. This is the most important thing in football, because you can play nice football and keep the ball 100 times in your own with your own team, but if you don't move 10 meters forward, it's meaningless. So I prefer more direct and straight football, and I want to score. I want to create chances.
Well, Christian, you scored your first goal with the national team in that match. You had your Cristiano Ronaldo moment. How special was that moment for you, Christian?
Unique for me. Was like a sort of adrenaline, because played for the national team and have the chance to help the team against Afghanistan and score the winning goal. It was simply magical for me. But as I always say, in football is not about Christian, it's not about Rachel or whatever. The important is the national team in Philippines. And I'm so happy and very proud that the team, even if the result was down 1-0, we still believe that we can make it. And with personality and with character, we come back stronger. We don't give up, and we collect the win. So I'm very proud of my team. I'm very proud of the performance, and I'm very confident on the upcoming games.
Well, Coach, last June you said that you wanted to bring back the glory days of the Azkals. Let's face it, nowadays it's been the women's football team that's been getting the spotlight, and why not? They deserve it. They were in the World Cup. They even beat host country New Zealand. After your last match, everyone is saying that the future is bright for this squad, Christian Rontini and the rest of the Azkals, this generation of Azkals. I want to get your thoughts on that. And where are we? Are we on the right track? After that match, are we on the right track? And how far are we from that goal to bring back the glory days of the Azkals and hopefully, surpass or even match the success that the Filipinos are getting at this point?
Well, it's hard to say, when you actually have only like 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks with the team. Of course, in between, we are looking for new recruitments, new possibilities, new players coming in. But all this process takes a little bit time. And the thing that I think is a little bit, which people sometimes don't understand, is that with all the respect to the women, I mean, it was an amazing, fantastic accomplishment, what they have achieved over the last years. There is really no doubt about it at all. But with the men's side, we don't have the periods of training time that we had in the past, because when I when I had my first assignment with the Azkals,
Yeah.
we had a lot of training time together, and then you could see more, the
Cohesion.
outcome. You could see it quicker. Now I
Yeah.
have 10 days. I have maximum 10 days, and I have tired
Correct.
players
Yeah.
coming to the camp from their duties with the club teams. So it's a different thing. The women had a lot of time to train with each other, and they did really an incredible job, I can say.
Mm-hmm.
But we come from a different, from a different situation. So what I can do is I can play a different kind of football. We can play a different kind of football. We can try to win games, which obviously the predecessor also wanted to win games. But I think our approach is more like offensive oriented, and that takes time.
Yeah.
We have to see the age group is now. There's a lot of veterans who's been there even in my first stint, and they are still there. They are still keeping strong. But players like Rontini, Rasmussen,
Yeah.
and Rublico, for instance, this is now the time for them to shine. Also, going together with the veterans, that will be the players for the World Cup qualification now for the next 5-6 months.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, I know that it's different now from the time that you first handled the Philippines back many years ago, 2011 to 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Christian, what is it like playing for a veteran coach, for someone who has been through a lot, in Coach Hans-Michael Weiss? And Coach, honestly, how confident are you guys that we can qualify for the World Cup and also the Asian Cup? Answer those questions when we return. Stay where you are. You're watching Sports Desk only here on CNN Philippines, where we go all out for the day's top sports stories. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Desk only here on CNN Philippines. And our guests tonight, Philippine Azkals head coach Hans-Michael Weiss and Christian Rontini, fresh off that friendly, and they did beat their opponents last time out. And now, of course, you have Christian joining us from Bali, Indonesia, and Hans-Michael Weiss joining us from Alabang. Coach, what makes this current Azkals lineup different from the one you handled back in 2011 to 2014 in that first run with the Azkals?
You can see that now we have professional players. We have players who come from Europe and showcasing themselves in Southeast Asia. They train with big clubs in Indonesia, in Thailand, and in Malaysia mainly. We have a few young players also, like Rublico, who plays for the youth team of Atletico Madrid. We have professional players from Europe, Neil Etheridge and Garrett Holtman, who unfortunately couldn't make it this time. Everything is more professional. The players earn their money with football on a professional level, and it's a very talented group, a very good mix of players, and I'm very positive and happy to work with them.
Yeah.
And I think we can accomplish some good things together.
Hopefully, yes. I also feel that you can accomplish something special, this particular group. Christian, what's it like playing for Coach Michael?
Yeah, for me it's absolutely fantastic, because since I joined the team, I have very good insights from him. I have I receive a lot of advices, and I find a coach where he creates a very good connection with the players. He knows all the details about each player personally.
That's nice.
And he creates inside our locker room a very harmonious situation, where we look like a family, more like a family, and not only football players. So he creates this environment that help us to, how can I say, inside the pitch, be ready to fight, be ready to die for the national team and for each other. And for me, it's so special to be part of this group, because I'm very confident that with the program and with the mindset that coach creates of winning mentality, that we have to win at all costs. We have to be willing to put our life on the line. I think we will have a very great future in front of us. And I think the game against Afghanistan was only the beginning. And I'm very confident and very positive that with this team, with the mix of leaders and experienced players like Neil Etheridge, like Keith Rachel, with Carly De Murga and the rest of them,
Yeah, Carly.
with the young players,
Yeah.
we can, like Rublik or like Sebastian, we can build a very beautiful environment and bright future.
Coach, the second round of the World Cup Asian Cup qualifiers is almost here. How far or how ready are we? Out of 100%, how ready is the team for the second round of the World Cup Asian qualifiers?
The team is now at 72%.
Oh, okay.
And after the next window in October, we will be 89. And in November, we will be 100%.
I like that. I like that. There's a timetable. So right now, 72%, and then by
89 in October, we have a camp. We have a camp in Bahrain. We play Bahrain, which is a strong team in the Middle East, and then we are now discussing with 2-3 other teams to have another match in the Middle East on the 13th or on the 14th of October, and that will be our last 2 matches. And I want to try to bring the group together, the best possible group, which will represent us then in the November games against Vietnam, on 16th in Rizal Memorial Stadium, and then on 21, most likely in Jakarta, in front of a partisan crowd, of a big crowd in Jakarta against Indonesia.
Coach, in your opinion, what's the biggest development the team has made so far?
Well, the team is clever. You know, the team has experience and young players. They look up to the older ones. And as Christian already mentioned, it's not about me. I play my part for sure. Stefan Schröck is my right-hand man. The staff in general, Dan Palamis is close with the team. President Araneta is behind it. They support us good. They support us very well. And we click together, you know, we gel very well together. It is important for me also, unlike in old times, you know, as a coach, the coaches just speak like monologue style. But I try to involve the players. We have group works. We work together. We discuss tactics. We see what is the best for us. I learn from the players also, because players, they are on the pitch. I'm almost 60 years old, unfortunately, but they are running. They are doing these things. They come with a new generation, and it's very, very interesting and a lot of fun to be with these guys. They are very reflective and very positive. So far it's been really nice. But at the end of the day, we have to get results. We have to beat either Vietnam or Indonesia and get another point of these 2 games. So the target is 4 points in November. That will be a tough task, and we do everything to accomplish it.
Christian, how confident are you that you guys will hopefully qualify for the World Cup and the Asia Cup?
I have a very big confidence about it. A very big confidence because, as the coach mentioned, all the players are involved and all the players are ready mentally, physically, and we are like a unit. And I think in football it's very important. And all the players have a connection. All the players, they feel that are important. As you see in the last games against China, against Afghanistan, even the players that were in the bench, they were full speed, full power.
Yes.
They look at the match, they analyze, they study, and then they come inside and they give 110%. And that's the spirit that we have, that we need to put inside the game, because that it makes the difference. And so I have totally respect. I have full respect. We have full respect of Indonesia, Vietnam, and Iran, but we don't fear anybody. We don't fear anybody because we know our value. We know where we want to go. And so we don't have any insecurities or uncertainty. We just go there and give what we have and try to do our best for us and for the country.
Great. I really like that mindset. And I'm very, very positive and hopeful of this particular team, and especially with Coach Hans-Michael Weiss at the helm. Coach, Christian, your message to the Filipino football fans, quickly. I'll start with you, Coach.
Well, first of all, I have to say thanks to the fans that came into the stadium. Obviously, we want the stadium to be more full. The stadium was in the years when I was there. Well, we shouldn't go always back into this past, but it was a different thing. But we have to get credit back. We have to get credibility back,
Of course.
and we have to show, have to win games. We have to show something first before we can demand people to cheer us.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm happy to be back in the Philippines. The mood is joyful, and I think we can accomplish good things together.
Christian, you want to add anything?
Yeah, just like Coach say, I want to thank all the fans that watch us on the live and who come to Rizal and support us from the first minute until the 90. And I think that is fundamental. Like really, our fans can be the 12th player in the pitch. And I really asked out loud to all the Filipino supporters to come and support us in November against Vietnam. And that's it. Thank you so much.
The best of luck to you guys, and I can't wait to meet you here in person, Christian and Coach Hans. You still owe me a visit here in the studio. Danke, Coach Hans, and also grazie mille, Christian. Thank you so much. That was Philippine Azkals head coach German Hans-Michael Weiss and very promising standout Filipino-Italian Christian Rontini.